Hey guys, okay, so I wanted to come in today and do a video talking about how YouTube flags music. I get so many questions about this, and I want to share with you my understanding of how their whole music system works and how you can avoid getting copyright strikes on your YouTube videos. So let me turn my music down here. We're going to say goodbye to the dance party. I know. They look so good, right? They're all dancing and moving around there. Okay, say bye. Bye. Okay, so you guys, welcome to my channel. If you don't know who I am, or if you've never been on my channel before, please make sure you're here and you're subscribed so that you do not miss out on future videos. So let me tell you a little bit about myself before we get into the actual topic of the video. My name is Kate, if you do not know me, and I am a techie teacher. I love technology. I absolutely love using technology to create online. I love live streaming. I live stream my fitness classes. I live stream tutorials. I record tutorials. I really love to teach, and I used to be a teacher. I used to teach elementary school, mostly 3rd grade, and I resigned from that about 5 years ago because I was really burnt out. And that made me really sad. And now I've taken my classroom online, and so I can help teach you what I know so that you can teach people what you know. So we live in a really amazing world, and I just think it's so awesome what we can do with technology and how we can reach people. And I can't tell you how many YouTube tutorials have helped me, and so my goal is for my tutorials to help you. So you guys, about you, tell me in the comments below, how did you find my channel? What industry are you in? Are you live streaming for business purposes? Are you live streaming for fun? Are you starting a YouTube channel? Are you wanting to create videos for other things? Are you a fitness professional wanting to stream your classes online? Please tell me below. I really love to hear from people, and that helps me kind of drive my content so that I can provide stuff that is helpful. So like I said, today's topic is going to be about my understanding of YouTube's music rules, and mostly my experience, because I am using music with my classes, and I do have videos posted online that do use copyrighted music, and I want to show you the back end of YouTube so you can see that the music does get flagged, but I want to talk about what the flag is and what it means, because there's lots of different terminology there. And then before we get started, a few other resources. If you are somebody who is live streaming or wanting to know more about video production, like how to use OBS, which is how I've designed my entire show, then I do have some Facebook groups you may be interested in. This one is for live streaming support and help. This is not because I know all the answers. I do not. But it is a community of people who are live streaming or using OBS or any other kind of broadcasting software like Streamlabs or Ecamm Live, Wirecast, any type of streaming software, because it is tricky to learn at first, and we can help each other get going. So you can search on Facebook for this group and add yourself, answer the questions, or I will not approve you. Okay. And then the other group you may be interested in is my actual group for my fitness classes. So a lot of you find me because maybe you're a TurboKick fanatic or a Pyo addict. And so if you want to actually work out with me and do my workouts, then you should join this group. Search it on Facebook, my virtual group fitness community, and I will get you approved there as well. Yes, you have to answer the questions. And if you have not done so, you guys, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. It really helps my channel, and then you'll get notified when future videos are released. And also, check me out on Crowdcast, a newish streaming platform, and that is where I've been doing a lot of my fitness classes as well. So those two platforms, and you can find me other places too if you want to. All right, so back to today's topic, you guys, which is all about YouTube music and how do you use YouTube music, or how do you use music on YouTube, and can you, and do you get in trouble for it, and can you get in trouble for it? And before I get into this, I'm going to say that I am not a lawyer. I am not a copyright expert. All I know is that I want to teach my fitness classes online, and I want to use music in the background. And so I have done some research, but nothing I say here is like the for sure be all end all answer. Okay, so this is just my understanding. Okay. All right, let's get into it, you guys. So I want to talk a little bit about there we go. I lost you for a moment. Before we get into my screen and everything, I want to talk about YouTube, some terminology with YouTube. So First of all, a lot of people who have been streaming or wanting to stream their online workouts, they'll post on Facebook and they'll say, "Oh my gosh, my music got flagged. I had to take it down." Well, when you use the terminology flagged, what does that even mean? So there's a couple ways that YouTube will flag you for using music in your videos, and there's big differences in the terminology. So first of all, flag really isn't even a YouTube term. The terminology YouTube uses for music is you've been issued a content ID, which means your video has been found to contain copyrighted music. And a content ID claim is made when that happens. And a content ID claim is different than a copyright strike. And now, when I'm seeing people posting on Facebook, they're saying like, "Oh, my music got flagged." Well, they're not differentiating between the two. A strike is very different than a content ID claim. A strike is very serious. It's a serious strike against your YouTube channel. And on YouTube, you're allowed to have 3 copyright strikes, and then you get kicked off YouTube for good. And so you definitely don't want that to happen. Now, a content ID claim is different. It's not a strike. So a content ID is YouTube's system. They have a highly sophisticated, I call them music bots, okay? They're music bots. They scan your videos for music, and they identify music that matches anything that's in their content ID library. And the content ID library is where musicians, artists, the music companies, anybody who's creating music, they can submit their work to the content ID library so that YouTube will scan videos for their content. Once the video is uploaded to YouTube and it is scanned, if it has found to have content that is from the content ID library, then you get a content ID claim. Now, this is not a bad thing. What's really cool, and I think how the music industry is shifting, because video creation is just so huge and live streaming is just like about to like go through the roof, and people want to use music. So artists and the music companies get to make a deal, quote unquote, with YouTube. And they get to tell YouTube what to do if their content ID system finds their content. And there's options. So the artist or the company, whoever's making these decisions, they get to say, okay, if my music is found, first thing they can do is they can block your video fully. Now, your video being blocked is not a strike. Again, all this stuff is being thrown around, and I want you guys to understand that YouTube puts in place so many warnings for you, so you really should never get a strike because you've been warned ahead of time. So if the content owner of the music has chosen the block option, which in my experience, it's really only like top artists that are like, if you're using their original music, you'll get a block. But a block just means that your video is not public to anybody. And usually, because I have accidentally used cover or original artists before, and my video gets blocked, but only in certain countries. So the video is still posted, but if you're watching in the US, you can't see it. If you're watching in Japan, you can see it. If you're watching in other countries, you can see it. So it's not a copyright strike. It just means that artist has said, no, that music cannot be played in your video in the US. So then, if that happens, then YouTube gives me options. First of all, they tell me, they don't just like say you're banned, and they don't just remove my video like Facebook does. Facebook will just mute you without any like warning or options. YouTube gives you options. So if you upload a video that's used copyright music that is blocked, then YouTube will give you the option to either trim out that section of your video fully, like video clip and sound, or you can mute that part of your video and leave the video going. Or you could, just leave it blocked if you don't really care that half the world can't see it. But the cool thing is, you guys, all these options are available to you in YouTube, and I'm going to show you that in just a moment in my back end of YouTube. So That's the first choice. The artist can block the song fully. The second choice, which is what direction I really think most musicians are going, and you're going to see my theory in a second here. The second choice is they will allow you to use the music, but they are going to put ads on that video, and all the ad revenue that's generated is going to go to the copyright owner. And you yourself cannot monetize the video. And when I say you can't monetize it, I mean that's only if you're in the YouTube Partner Program and you're monetizing your videos already. So if you're somebody who's not monetized on YouTube and you're not really looking to monetize on YouTube, it doesn't really matter to you. It just means that there's going to be advertisements played on your video, and any money that's generated is going to go to the copyright owner. Now, the other thing that's going to happen is on your video, a little title just shows up in the description showing the artist and that it's their music. So here's why I think artists and musicians are going to go this direction. Okay, first of all, it's more publicity and more money for them. Why wouldn't they do that? Why wouldn't they want people using their music, advertising for them at the same time while they're actually generating the revenue from the advertising of the ads that are going on your video, and they're getting the shout out in the description that it's their music so that people can come find them? So I think that's a pretty awesome deal. Like, I get to use your music in my fitness classes, and yeah, you can take all the money from those ads and you're going to get that shout out in the description, and yeah, win-win for all, right? So that's what a content ID claim is. You're either going to get blocked because the artist doesn't want you using it at all, or you're just going to have that content ID claim, and that means ads are going to run on your video and they're going to make the money from it. And your video gets to stay posted. And your video might go viral. And then they make a lot of money. And you probably get a lot of subscribers. So you see that it's a pretty sweet deal with YouTube and music. So let me show you the back end so I want to show you how you can find out what is getting flagged in your videos. Okay, so we're going to go to the Twilight Zone for a second. You ready? Okay, let me get to my back end of YouTube here. Okay, so right now you are seeing my back end in YouTube. If you're familiar with YouTube, you know this section. It's where you can see your video tab. I'm in my video tab, and I'm going to show you some of my live streams from recently. So I'm going to scroll down here, and so this one right here, Full Body Fusion, was a workout that we did today, and it was streamed, as you can see here, today, May 22nd, 2020. Now, here's where you're going to see if the video has any copyright restrictions. Now, my video was streamed just about an hour ago, and it does take YouTube a little bit of time to scan your video. So right now it's showing that there are no restrictions, but that will change. It always does. So let me show you one from yesterday, 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗘𝗧, okay? And it shows there's a copyright claim, okay? Now, you're going to see this little eyeball. This eyeball is important. Right now, the eyeball is gray. So if the eyeball is ever yellow, that means that the video is blocked in some countries. Some countries. And if the eyeball is red, that means it's blocked fully. Like, it's not playing anywhere, and you can't play it anywhere. But again, that does not mean it's a copyright strike. That's your warning. Okay, that's your warning signal. And if it's gray, that means your video is playing everywhere. But I do have a copyright claim, okay? So what it says when I hover, it says copyright claim, this video was found to contain copyrighted material. As a result, it cannot be monetized by the uploader. I can't monetize the video. Which means, for me, it doesn't even matter because I'm not even in the YouTube Partner Program. YouTube Partner Program means you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers, and your video has to have, or your channel has to have gone through the process of being approved to use YouTube for monetizing. It doesn't even matter to me. So, and it probably doesn't matter to most people if you're not building a YouTube channel for money. So let's see the details. This is where you really want to click in to see what is the copyright claim. So you click see details, and you're going to come to your copyright summary and status for this video, 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗘𝗧'�� Wednesday 5/20. So channel impact. So it says the content ID claim on your video does not affect your channel. This is not a copyright strike. People get so confused, you guys, and they freak out when they get a content ID claim. It's okay. So my channel is not affected. This is not a copyright strike. Visibility. So I stream my videos unlisted because I have private access to my videos. So most of my videos are not public anyway. So this video is only visible to people that have the link. All right. Monetization, I'm ineligible because the video has a copyright claim. It has a content ID claim. So it just means I can't make money on the video. And I'm not even in the partner program anyway, so it doesn't matter. So let's scroll down to see more. Okay, so this little collapse arrow, if you don't see the video, you can collapse and uncollapse it, okay? Because sometimes you're going to have more than one. This video only had one claim. Now, what I have found is that it really does vary. The robots are not perfect. I know, surprise, surprise, right? And sometimes they identify all of the music and sometimes they don't. And I think that has to do with probably because I'm speaking over the music and because it's a fitness class and it's not as loud as an original track. So I don't know. That's my theory. So in this particular video, it found one copyright claim for the song Up Rocking Beats. And here's the impact on the video. The video cannot be monetized. That's it. The video can still be posted. It can still play. It plays everywhere. There's no restrictions on countries. But let's break it down. Let's open and expand that collapsed arrow, and then we can see. Okay, so it will tell you the copyright owner's policy. That's what the copyright owner has told YouTube what they want to do. And in this case, they just don't want me to make the money. They want to make the money. So if you were to go watch this video on YouTube, there would probably be ads running on it. It also shows you exactly what section of your video the content was found. And now what I have also found is that it usually does not find the entire chunk. It only finds like little teeny snippets. Like, look at you guys. This is only a 13-second clip. That's the only part of this video that got flagged, 13 seconds. Now, if I really wanted to, here are my options. YouTube gives you the options here. You can select an action through the drop-down menu. It also tells you who the owner is. Now, let me quick talk about a copyright strike because this is where people get really held up. In order for someone to officially go after you for a copyright strike, they have to own the copyright. So people can't just be out there like reporting people left and right. You have to actually be the owner, and there's a long process that the copyright owner actually has to go through. They have to submit an online form. They have to tell exactly what portion of your video has that material, and they have to be the owner. The only person, it's not really a person, the only company or representatives that could come after me would have to be from this company right here. It can't just be like Sally Sue, who's like, oh, she's using copyrighted music, I'm gonna flag her. So, and the other thing is, you guys, this company has already told YouTube what to do. Okay, so they're not out there looking for me because they've already told YouTube, no, we want to make the money off the ads. Okay, so now if I want to just let this video stay normal and just, it's not blocked anywhere, and they are going to make the money, then I can do nothing. If I want to, though, they do give me some action options. So I can click the drop-down arrow, and I have options. I can trim out the segment. Now remember, this segment is only 13 seconds. So if I want to have a 13-second glitch in my workout video, I'm going to trim it out, and I don't care. You can replace the song, which doesn't really work in my case because it's a fitness class and it has to be to the beat. But in some cases, it might work. Like if you just have background music and you want to just swap it out for some royalty-free music, then YouTube lets you do that. Or you can choose have the song muted where the video still plays. So maybe I want this workout to continue, but you're just not going to hear any sound for 13 seconds. Now, the cool thing with YouTube, you guys, if you choose any of these options, first of all, if you choose trim or mute, YouTube does everything for you. You don't have to edit yourself. They do it for you, and it takes about an hour, and you just click it and it's done in an hour and your song is good to go. And if I did do this option, if I came back to this same exact screen later, none of this would be here. And I would have no content ID claims. You also can dispute. So if maybe, let's say you purchased some royalty-free music and it pulls up as a copyright content ID claim, because that does happen, you can dispute it saying, no, I've purchased this music and I have the right to use it. But you have to make sure you actually have the right to use the music. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to close out of here. You can also go up here to their little question box, and they've got a whole section on content ID, what copyright strikes are, the difference between the two, and how that all works. So let me go back to my other screen here, and I just want to show you like one other example. I'm going to try to find one that maybe has more than one claim. I think this one has a bunch of claims. Let me check this one here. So I just want to show you what it looks like if you have more than one. Okay, so again, this one, this was from a couple weeks ago. It tells you your channel's not affected. This is not a strike. Okay, I've already turned this video private because I don't publicize all my workouts. I just have a few public for advertising purposes. But 95% of my workouts are not public. I just keep them private for myself. And then I can turn them on and off for my participants in my group. So here's where you can look down. Now this workout, I got a whole bunch of claims. I got claims from Billie Eilish, Rihanna, Shakira, Jennifer Lopez, because I used their songs. Now, mine were cover songs, but they still get the rights to those. And again, they've already worked with YouTube, and they've decided that if their music is played in this particular form, which was, this was a cover song, they just want the money for the ads. I can still post the video. The company has already decided this, so they are not going to come after me right now for a copyright strike because they've already made this decision with YouTube. So again, you can look at each individual one to see, or sorry, let me expand here. You want this expand button. So let's see where the Billie Eilish was flagged. Okay, so Billie Eilish was flagged between 51:17 and 53:13, so about 2 minutes, so probably most of the song. So I can decide, do I want to, again, trim it, mute it, replace it, dispute it, or do I want to do nothing? I never do anything if this doesn't show red. Now, if Billie Eilish had said, no, I want this video blocked, this would be red here, and it would tell me that this is not playing to anybody. Then I would decide what to do. But if it's just yellow and they're just going to make the money off the ads, yeah, good for them. Like, I want them to make more money. They're amazing artists. Let's look to see where, let's see, Rihanna Shut Up and Drive was. Okay, so let's expand it. Okay, so again, about 2 minutes, so probably the whole song. And again, same thing. I can choose the action. But this artist has already said, nope, they can use it. I just want the money for the ads. Okay, let's look at Shakira. Expand it. Okay, so yeah, probably the whole song was found. About 2-ish minutes, 2.5 minutes. And same thing. It's okay, it's yellow. Yellow is okay, red means it's been fully blocked. And I can't even show you an example of red because if I have ever had a red one, which I've only had 2, one was for an original Adele song that I used, and I used it by mistake. And the other was an original Van Morrison song. I have found that most cover songs are fine. They can stay posted, just they have ad revenue going to the copyright owner. Original songs are the ones that get blocked. If it's a smaller artist, they don't get blocked because they usually want the publicity. All right, let's close out of there. So you guys, that is copyright now, or that is what YouTube, my understanding of how YouTube deals with copyrighted music. Keyword, my understanding. I am not a lawyer. This is not legal advice, and you have to do your own research. But YouTube does give you many opportunities and they inform you if you've made a mistake. They will tell you, like, hey, this video can't go up. So I always post unlisted, and then I review my claims first, and then I decide what I want to do with the video. And so as you can see, this one still hasn't processed. Like I said, it usually takes an hour or even more sometimes. So this workout, it will have claims. Almost 99% of the classes that I create will have a copyright claim because I like to use the good music. But I can use that music because these companies have already made agreements with YouTube. They just want the ad revenue if there's ad money coming in. Okay, so let me go back to my screen here. So you guys, I hope that's helpful. I hope that really explains a little bit more about my understanding of how YouTube is working with artists and music companies, because everybody wants to use music and we want to use good music. And I'm not saying royalty free is not good, but you guys, royalty free is not good. It's not as good. Okay, so you guys, let me know in the comments if you have other questions, or maybe you know more about this than I do. Like, please help me learn too. I am just as much a learner, and like I said, this is just my understanding as of today. Like, I am still constantly researching almost every day about music and what I'm allowed to do, and you know, I want to follow the rules. I really do. And I also want to teach amazing fitness classes, and I want to be able to, you know, help those artists of the music that I'm using. And so I do think YouTube is onto something with these partnerships that they're coming up with by providing the ad money from the ads to the copyright owners, where creators can use the music in exchange for that. So anyway, like, subscribe, and share if this was helpful for you. And like I said, ask questions below, or more importantly, tell me below if you have other information that would be helpful. And then check the description too if you want links to my Facebook groups or to other resources that I might have down there. And make sure you come back soon for the next video, especially if you want to work out with me. You should be in my group. So can you double check? Are you subscribed? That helps my channel a ton. And you can find me on these other platforms. You guys have an amazing day, and we'll see you next time. All right, bye.